Hi, you guys. We're so excited to have you here tonight. We're so excited to introduce you to our amazing company, Hugh and Grace. My name is Jace Lundgren. I've been an advocate for just over a year, and I feel like I'm still brand new. I still have like the glow and the excitement around just being new, and I think it's just a testament to learning every day and just the culture and community that we have and the products and the conversations we get to have. Um, and it's just been exciting. In a really short amount of time, we've been able to bring in 1,450 advocates. We have been able to do that through, I think, a lot of heart-led conversation. Obviously, if you're here, you've probably had one of those, or maybe two or three or four already. But it's also a top tier leadership team that is willing to collaborate. This has been such a breath of fresh air here, as you're going to witness tonight. But our beautiful products, our community, the origin story of our company, which our beautiful CEO, co-CEO Sara is going to share with you guys tonight. But it's also just been a really authentic, grounded, calm culture for the most part. But still, obviously, we're real and have fun and we get to travel together. And I always like to say eat together because Sara and Ben are foodies. And so that always is fun whenever we get to do that stuff. So it's been quite the experience. Tonight, we're going to introduce you guys to the company. We're going to let Sara talk to you about the origin story, her passion, their personal story. She'll probably go into a lot of the details that went into forming Hugh and Grace and how it all came to be. And then we're going to hear from Miss Jenny Swisher. She's going to go over some of the impact of our products and what those products are and why they're special. We're going to hear from Miss Jamie Shepard, who has reached the top level in our company this year. She's the first one to do it, and that was a really exciting moment for our team as well. She's going to walk you through some of the comp plan stuff, and then we will end with Miss Lindsay Wise, who will close us out. So we're going to go ahead and see, did Sara pop on yet? Oh yeah, there she is. We're going to turn it over to you.
Hi, everyone. This is such a pleasure. It's, we were never network marketing before, but like the coolest part of it is to be able to connect with real people making real impact. And it's just, it gives me the chills. So, hi, I'm Sara. I am co-founder, co-CEO, and mama to Hugh and Grace. Mama is my most proud title. Um, um, I'll give you a personal story. So why we started the business, I'll talk on our professional background. I'll talk about the why we chose this business model and some products. And if I miss anything, you guys just feel free to comment or ask any questions. So my husband and I founded the company after a very, very long personal struggle. All growing up. So I was raised in Northern California. I was the oldest of 6 kids, 4 sisters, 1 brother. And I always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom of 4. That was my dream. That's what I wanted to do in life. And I got married young. I was 23. Started trying to get pregnant when I was 25. And we went through 14 years of unexplained infertility. And during those years, they were the hardest years of my life, our lives. We did everything we knew to do. We went to world-renowned doctors, experts all over the country. Everything from urologists to therapists to acupuncturists to pelvic floor specialists, and I think being diagnosed unexplained, it drove me crazy. I said, just find something wrong and fix it. We went through multiple tests, painful tests, and it made huge life changes. I was an ultra marathoner. I stopped running. I had to stop running. They said the running chicken doesn't lay the eggs. I hate needles. I was doing acupuncture 3 times a week. I could not get a job promotion because I needed to have the flexibility because I didn't know if I was going to have 10 appointments that week or 3 appointments that week between therapy, acupuncture, doctors, blood work. It was incredibly, incredibly difficult. We went with my 6th round of IVF and we were at the world-renowned doctor, the best doctor in Beverly Hills. And I just sobbed. And I said, what else can we do? We can't keep doing this. I just can't do this over and over again. And the doctor said, what chemicals you spray around your house and what skincare and wellness products are you using? because those chemicals or those products can impact your hormones. And they were really trying to monitor my hormones with IVF to try to get pregnant. And it never occurred to me that those products could actually impact my hormones. We learned a lot about hormones, but when I thought about it, every round of IVF, I was always prescribed a hormone cream. I'd rub that a small amount on my skin, get my blood levels tested the next day, and my hormones had spiked. And thought, if that product can impact my hormones, other things can also impact my hormones. The amazing, wonderful, incredible, happy end to that story is my husband's sister volunteered to be our surrogate, and she gave birth to Hugh. And then a year later, my sister called and she said, I want to try to give Hugh a sibling. We were closest growing up. And so she gave birth to our daughter, Grace. The name of Hugh means heart, mind, and spirit. The name Grace means goodness, generosity, and love. That's what brought us our children. And those are our company values. And we finally had our kids for 14 years of hell. And I could not sleep. And I said, and again, I'll tell you why. So when we were originally learning about hormones and hormone disruption, we were just thinking about fertility because that was our sole focus. But as we were diving more into the research and realizing these chemicals are also linked to autoimmune diseases, obesity, cancers, anxiety, depression, and the list went on and on and on. And I said, Ben, and so I'll tell you our professional careers. So my husband had, for his role then, he was operating a multi-billion-dollar family office in Beverly Hills, overseeing global investments. He was turning around businesses, operate businesses with hundreds of employees. And I, my professional career, I have my MBA from USC, and I was working with our top alumni and parents across the country, raising transformative gifts. So making meaningful, that means making really meaningful relationships with some of the thought leaders and some of the most influential people in America. And I said, Ben, what we learned impacts everyone. And between our professional networks, we can get to anyone. And I said, if I can ask people for millions of dollars for a school, I can definitely ask them for intros. And so, sometimes you look back in your life, you're like, oh, we were supposed to go through all of this so we could be here and we could leverage our network and we can create a solution. And so we left our careers with a newborn and a barely 2-year-old, put all of our liquidity into this business. And we went to work. We started with the problem. We actually didn't even know exactly what to do. And we were conceptualizing a fertility wellness company originally. So we had world-renowned doctors who were on our medical advisory board who had agreed to back us. And so one of our medical advisors, her name is Dr. Jenna Hua. She's incredible. And she created the very first chemical exposure test, a urine test. So we talked to her. We said, what can we do? What's the fastest way we can help promote hormone health? And she said, let's start with skincare. Because what goes on your body gets in your body. And so we launched originally with skincare. A year later, we launched our wellness. And a year later, we launched our home care. And we said, we know we need this to be very simple. If this is for the masses and for everyone, it needs to be very simple messaging. And so we say what goes on in around your body impacts your hormones. Let's talk about what hormones do. Hormones impact your physical health, your mental health, your sexual health, your skin health. Hormone health benefits include mental clarity, less stress, better sleep, weight management, clear skin, longevity, things that everyone want and need. So you look at our business, and we are a wellness business. 65% of our sales come from wellness. And it's interesting, we've looked at the progression of our business over time. When we originally launched, when we were just a skincare company, our average day to reorder was 72. Now, across all product verticals, our average day reorder is 29 days. People buy our products. They love our products. It's been interesting to see the evolution. Let's talk about simplicity, because people sometimes they say, okay, I care about hormone health. Where do I start? We say, start with the routine. 3 products, first thing in the morning, 3 minutes. Easy. You take the morning supplement, take it on an empty stomach, by your bedstand. First thing in the morning, I put collagen in my coffee, and then I do hydrate detox. You're supposed to do hydrate detox first, but I don't like it the first. It's healthier. It's healthier if you do hydrate detox first before caffeine, but do it first thing in the morning. You look better, you feel better. We have 70% of our customers that start with the routine buy again. unheard of for any stats because they're real meaningful impact in your body. Then they start doing that. You're like, oh, what else do they have? Like, I need a bar of soap. I need to clean my home. The performance is there. I say I don't have an ego. I don't, but I do have an ego when it comes to products because my kids' names are on them. And so I'm not going to put my kids' names on products that don't absolutely work amazingly well, but are also versatile. So we learned that the average American woman puts on 12 products a day, which is over 160 chemicals a day. The average man puts on over 80 chemicals a day, and we're exposed to hundreds more in our environment. And so we said, how do we make things simple? How do we make people, where they hear that stuff, they don't feel overwhelmed? They don't feel like, oh, I need to change everything in my life. And we said, let's keep it where we can do it where like this, people think, let's think about what you do every single day. What is your morning routine? What can you swap out there? What's your skincare routine? How can you swap out there? What's your night routine? You swap out there. Because every day, if you do this on a daily, it makes meaningful impact. You know, I tell people we are normal people. My kids like McDonald's. I do Botox. Like, we are normal people. You don't have to be perfect. We are not, and we are not perfect. We're progress over perfection. No one's perfect. Our company's not perfect. We're always learning. We listen. We do listen though. I want to talk about just the direct sales channel as of recent, but it's really also over retail. There's been a lot of changes and a lot of significant changes that have been made that have really impacted a lot of people's lives. Right before Ben and I started the business, we had people come to us and say, how do you know? How do you know this is going to be successful? I'm like, we figured out how to have 2 genetic children without me giving birth. We can figure things out. And this is something that we are so passionate and called to do. You know, you're doing things and just things start lining in place. Things come together. So when we looked at our business, we said, okay, we decided direct sales. Okay, so I'll tell you why we chose a direct sales model. We were conceptualizing our business 6 and 7 years ago, formulating products then. This is back before anyone was talking about hormone health. They're talking about it now, and it's incredible, but we're just probably in the second inning of hormone health. The hormone health marketplace is the next gut health. It's projected to be between $50 to $80 billion by 2030. And so I'll talk about, so Ben read this book, so we decided, okay, I'll tell you why we chose direct sales. When we realized, okay, no one knows about, if we're creating a holistic solution to a problem people don't know they have, we need to create awareness. There's education, content, community, products. And we said, that's direct sales. And when I was at graduate school, my favorite Harvard business case study was on Brownie Weiss. She invented the Tupperware party back in the 50s. She created a platform for women to earn income when women were not earning income. And you know, when women create income and get self-confidence, it can change the world. They're better human beings. They're better mothers. They're better friends. And we remember watching this black and white video of her at a conference, recognizing women on stage, and seeing how impacted these ladies were. I went home to Ben that night and I said, this is incredible. This lady created a whole platform that changed so many lives. I actually flew to her museum in Orlando after I graduated 15 plus years ago. And so when I said, Ben, this is the best business model for us. How do we elevate direct sales? How do we make it modern? How do we make it affiliate plus? We're already like, I would text my friends to see what products they're buying. I don't like to get targeted by ads. You know, you're already talking to your friends, and how do we really, that's the best way to facilitate these conversations. Because first of all, we did not want our business to be reliant on an algorithm that could change at any point. And these are real stories. So I went to a large beauty and wellness summit with huge brands that were there. And they said to scale in today's retail climate, you need more than just great products and a great mission. They are important, but you need more. You need a real community, and you need to have a real authentic brand story. People need to know that there's a purpose and a meaning behind the business versus just another brand that wants to sell you products. Ego, money, whatever it is. I always say this business is not about me and Ben at all. And if you're on this call, you are leaders, you're successful. This company's not even about you. It's about the people you serve. It's about making impact. Yes, we will all be successful. You'll be successful no matter what you do. You can be successful at Hugh and Grace. We'll make great money, but the meaning in life for us is to make impact and have people I know it's, when Ben and I, it was very interesting in our roles because we worked with billionaires all over the country. And it was so interesting. And I became very, very close with them, and we'd see them sell their businesses or do something and go into deep, deep depression. And we finally had our kids. I said, Ben, what is Ben and Sarah's definition of success? Not what the world's is, but what is ours? And we said, we want to be with our family. We want to be with positive people. We want to make impact and making impact and help others make impact. And it has been so truly special to be here at Hugh and Grace and to be able to partner with people, real people who care, people who come and provide ideas. As I said, we actually have, we have we call it our board of our leader advisory council. And Ben and I sit once a month and listen to the fields. And we have different people in there and say, like, what can we do better? What are you hearing? What are you learning? We are very smart, we're educated, but we're even better at surrounding ourselves with smarter people. We have world-renowned doctors on our medical advisory board. Because of our relationships, we received introductions to CEOs of the biggest and best manufacturers in all the different separate product categories. We have expert advocates who come and help provide ideas and support and care. We have an expert corporate team. Our home office team is by far the best out there. And I say our advocate community is by far the best out there. We have people who cross teams collaborate. I did a call last week, and because our mission is so meaningful and impactful, it's been so cool. Like, this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. To see advocates get together and do stuff for breast cancer awareness. I did a call. We have a sober curious that in Hugh and Grace across teams. We had someone who's sober and someone who wanted to become sober. And she goes, I didn't have the confidence in myself to become sober until I was at Hugh and Grace. And we had this collective community that really helped. We had a really, really cool event last month in Nashville. We call it Elevate, our annual conference. And we had I saw on Facebook, people were posting saying, I'm so stressed. What do I wear? I don't know what to wear. And I got on our Facebook page and I said, guys, come wear what makes you happy. Come, we want you to be excited. Wear what makes you happy. I said, we'll have videographers, please don't wear any profanity or, and anyway, but it was so fun just to have people come and be confident and to come say and be together. We had world-renowned speakers come who heard our mission, who had met elsewhere. They came on their own accord. They usually charge a lot to come speak. They said, we want to be here because we believe in what you're doing. We have real people making real impact. And community is something that Ben and I pour our hearts into. You guys will see Hugh and Grace there. They run around. I'll talk about some of the fun things we do. It's work hard, play hard. We all know this business is hard. You're putting yourself out there. You want to come say hi?
Just wanted to crash. You see how much energy she has? This is after the end of the day. She's amazing. She's exhausting. All
right. We do trips. Okay, so someone asked me, like, what was the coolest trip you guys went on with your advocates? And I'd say, I will tell you a pinch me moment, because this also talks about some of the brands that have collaborated with us. So our last incentive trip was the Grand Wailea, which is the premier Waldorf Astoria spa in Maui. And it was so cool. So we had 100 of our advocates there and walking around. I'm like, Ben, this is so crazy. We never thought we'd have kids. And we have 100 people walking around with our kids' names on their hats. And like, but to walk, so they carry our products in the spa. And it's like to walk in with Hugh and Grace and to see Hugh and Grace sold at that, they just did a $55 million renovation of that spa, which is incredible. But to have that there, like Bentley featured us at their last car launch. I'm like, how did Bentley, like this? We don't have Bentley. So like, that's so cool that people want to align with authenticity. We have amazing performance. We have like our products are gender neutral, safe for kids, safe during pregnancy. They matter. I will tell you, it's been really cool to see the evolution of our business. So our two top sellers, one is a hormone health expert. And she can go in and she can talk about the science and she can say, this is why your body needs this. And this is how this product, this ingredient is so impactful for your body. And our other top seller goes, look how amazing my hair looks. Like, look at, like, it is so cool to see people like who just like you can be you. I tell this story. My very first day. So I've always worked in philanthropy, and I would, plan a gala and raise $5 million at the gala. But like, I had never actually sat down from somebody and asked them for a $5 million check over dinner. And I was intimidated. My very first day, I was going with my coworker. She was training me, and we flew to Scottsdale, and we were meeting with, I think, the CEO of Exxon or something. And she was from Harvard, and she was in a business suit and heels, and I'm in my slip dress and flip flops. And I was so intimidated. Like, I don't know how to ask for like this much money. And I felt like I have to be like her. I have to do this. And what I learned is I just need to be me. I genuinely care about people. I don't care about people are people, no matter how much money they have, how much they don't. But when you genuinely care, you connect. I went from 2 cities to covering 25 states when I resigned. People care about you if you're there to make impact. My kids are walking in the door. Jamie or Chase, what did I miss? What did I touch on? I care so much. I think you may see this. It's like you're exhausting, and but I'm genuine. I'll admit it. I jump all over the place because I get so excited. But I want people to see also you don't have to look a certain way. You don't have to know. You don't be a chef to recommend a great restaurant. You can dive into the science if you want to. Oh, I will talk about some partnerships because with hormone health trending, there's a lot of misinformation. And one thing that's really cool, so the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, which is the world's leading health education platform, Deepak Chopra is their chief wellness officer. They have partnered with us. We have a Hugh and Grace scholarship for their hormone health course. We offer master classes. We offer professional content if you want it. Oh, there's a scholarship right now. So that it's now through Friday. It's on our social. There's a dedicated email. We'll post about it again tomorrow, I think. But like you can apply for a Hugh and Grace scholarship for this hormone health course. Please don't feel like you have to learn everything about hormone health. But if you want that, that's readily available for you. What else?
So, Sarah, will you just touch really quick on Canada?
Guys, okay, so we are pre-launching Canada next month, November 1st. We're getting, people ask, like, where are you gonna be like in 5 years? We will be a global company. I talk about our products are truly for everyone. Our business is for leaders. We're for people who care and work and collaborate and work. But yes, so Canada pre-launch, and that'll be in phases. So pre-launch is November 1. We're launching our hair care line January 1, which I'm super, super excited for. We have holiday, it's launching. We have some really, really cool things happening right now. I will tell you our growth, we've been growing a lot last month. So September was up 30% over August, and it was 3 times up over last September. Like the growth we've been having naturally or like organically. Oh, let me also just touch on our investors, because we've been very protective with who we've let invest in our company to make sure that we grow the business in an authentic way. We have, so X Factor Ventures is it's a female-led fund. And they actually invest in us pre-revenue. So they invest in female-founded, co-founded businesses with $1 billion market opportunity. And they said they saw us by elevating and modernizing direct sales, by also having an authentic tie to hormone health as that $1 billion plus market opportunity, because people crave information. And what we're doing is providing it in a very simple, doable ways. I talked to Jamie and Jace, anybody before, and I said, it's so amazing. People who are successful at Body, I like huge respect, because you were helping people lose weight, asking them how much they lost, which I would never be a part, like I could never do that. So like huge amount of respect for that. But yes, nutrition and exercise is important, but also what you put on and around. And so to be able to just do it in very simple ways and teach your kids that and teach your friends that, people understand that, where it's simple, duplicatable, and easy.
Yes, I love that. I love coming here and being able to focus on deep wellness. That's like the thing that I think over and over and over to myself, is this company is about real, deep wellness. It's not just what did I eat today? How did I exercise? Did I eat today? Did I exercise? It's like, it's just so much more than that. And it's such an important conversation. Jamie, do you have any other questions that you want to cover? I think she covered it all. And I love, by the way, your energy, which is consistent no matter what time we talk to you, 5 a.m. or 10 p.m. It's the same, which I love.
I think
Thank you.
that you covered a lot of it. I think, I know that we talked a little bit about like why you chose this business model, but also like, why is like, how are we set up to like withstand the storms, I guess, or like, how are we set up so that we aren't going to, I know that's a lot of fears, right? Like there's been a lot of shifts and changing. I know you mentioned that, but like, let's focus on or highlight a little bit more in depth if you have a minute to like, how are we are intentional about that won't be us. So like, what does that look like and why?
Yep. So every year we evaluate our business. Where are we in the market? Where's our growth? Where is this? How do we position? And so we have incentives that go for a year to make sure that we're really rewarding the right people, right behaviors, right time, right environment. Every single year we look and say, okay, where are we? Okay, so also let's look at some direct sales companies. So Beauty Counter went bankrupt. Beauty Counter was clean beauty. Everything now is clean beauty. Also, how many times do you buy a palette of makeup? Not monthly. We have consumable products people purchase monthly. Product differentiation. With Body, you now can get workouts anywhere for free, shakes. Like it's having very differentiated products. So we have patented ingredients, patented things. Origin story does matter. We're not just a company that's here to sell you products for ego or for just to make money. Like there's a real mission. And I say like our story facilitates your story. When we were so private about our fertility struggle because month after month after month after month of failure, first of all, I didn't want people asking me questions. And so we were finally expecting, I was terrified to tell people that we were pregnant. I felt like I was being so judged to say my sister-in-law was carrying our baby. And when we finally shared, it was incredible, just the outpouring of love, but it was also people come to us and say, I have a thyroid issue, or I struggle with depression, or I have autoimmune diseases, like things, but we're all these topics are around hormone disruption. And so, and you don't even have to have a hormone disruption story. People just like, I like a 2-step regimen. I like to feel good. I like to have great hair. You know what I mean? So it's not even like you have to have a hormone story, but when you realize that hormone health, it does impact your mental health. It does impact longevity. It does impact, it's so, our products are so meaningful, but by you able to share a real story of why this business was created, and then to have professionals, I mean, my husband, he could run a lot of companies. We left very successful careers to do this, where he has the operational experience of global companies, global investments, strategies. He has 2 master's degree. I have my MBA. And then with our network we have incredible advisors for us in different, we surround ourselves with very, educated people who are aligned, but who've been there. So Greg Probert, he's our advisor. I worked with him at USC. He's one of my donors, and he's a top exec at Disney. And then he was president of Herbalife. He took Herbalife from 800 million to 2 billion. And then he was a CEO of Nature Sunshine. And so we talked to him for an hour today. We evaluate and say because he has a wealth of knowledge, and like looking across and say, what do we look for? And so it is, we are so dedicated. We put our kids' name on the business. We're not here to, hi, Grace. This is not a vanity business that we were hoping to go, and this is something that we deeply care about. So we cannot always predict the future. We can't. We could not predict COVID. We cannot do things. But when I tell you, I promise that we would do every single thing we can to make this successful. We do.
Yeah, I think that annual evaluation is a really key piece to that. I also think, and Jamie and I were just discussing, like, having the affiliate option, the retail option, the advocate option. If you want to expand on that just a little bit and why that's kind of the modernizing of the industry.
So we were looking at, so going to market, and some people don't want to build teams. Some people do want to build teams. And then we have retail locations. So like Rodeo Drive Women's Health Center on Rodeo Drive, the premier OBGYN clinic, sells our products. And we said, they don't want to build a team, but we want to meet people where they are. And so you would be a retailer, salons, doctor's office, spa, or you meet an influencer, affiliate, so don't build teams. But our advocates, if they have a relationship with an influencer, they can enroll them as affiliate. If they have a relationship with their local gym, spa, doctor's office, they can enroll them. And so again, affiliates, retailers don't build teams, but advocates are able to leverage their relationships to meet people and build their teams and then meet people where they are.
I love that. I think you've covered a lot. We took a lot of your time. Your kids are like running around. So I'm sure all of us moms are like, let her go get her kids to bed. But we appreciate you and love you always. Thank you for everything that you do. You work harder than all of us.
It's real, guys. It's real.
Yeah.
I say this and I'm like, being a CEO, co-CEO with my husband is very hard at times. But what's even harder was not having our kids.
Yeah.
And there are people I know in that situation are struggling with health issues or struggling with mental issues. And if they knew there were simple things that could help their lives, I'm here for it. So love you guys.
Thank you so much.
So honored to partner with you. If you're looking at Hugh and Grace, please seriously. So I care a lot. I talk to moms. This business channel is so amazing because you can be a stay-at-home mom, or you can have the flexibility, you can travel, do whatever you want. And I care. And I see these people evaluating different companies where most startups fail, unfortunately. And then companies like I know this is such a real hard decision that makes real life impact. So I be honored to have you at Hugh and Grace, but I just care. So if there's anybody wants to do one-on-one, I'm happy to, but it's something that I'm so passionate about. So with that, I'll stop crying and I'll let you guys go. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Okay, guys, we're going to segue into just talking about the products a little bit with Jenny. And she'll walk you through that.
Perfect. So Jamie, do you want to use the slides or you want me to just roll with it?
I'm getting there. I'm just moving slow tonight, you guys. Here we go.
Well, hey everyone, it's great to meet you. It's hard to match that energy from Sara, and they're right when they say whether it's 5 a.m. or 10 p.m. you're getting that energy. So I will try my best. So I'm excited to talk to you guys tonight about just our products. This was the first thing that I evaluated when I decided to align with Hugh and Grace. My name is Jenny Swisher, if I haven't met you. I am an integrative health practitioner, certified personal trainer, and fitness nutrition specialist. So hormone health is something that I've really dove into the last decade or so, really just because of my own unfortunate struggle and journey. So I also had a journey with infertility and chronic migraines. I always say hormone imbalance has sort of plagued me since I think the age of 14. So now I do my best to really educate people on hormone health. And that goes for literally everyone. I have 2 daughters. I have an almost 4-year-old and an 8-year-old. And I don't know if anybody on here has any daughters, young daughters, but right now all the rage are things like Sephora and Bath and Body Works and all of these things. I literally was just at my daughter's birthday party last weekend, and one of the little girls shouted, "Hey guys, who wants to go to Sephora after this?" And they were all like, "Yeah." And I'm like, my daughter's never like, she doesn't even know what Sephora is, but apparently she does know what Sephora is. So this is such a crucial thing to understand, because we really have the ability, and we're perfectly positioned with this company to be the people who are kind of setting the standard here and saying, hey, what goes in, on, and around our bodies really matters, right? And I really do believe that starts at home. It starts with the things that we allow in our home and that we educate our children on as well. So the product pillars for Hugh and Grace when it comes to hormone health have to do with, fitness, nutrition, sleep, exercise, all those things matters, but the things that we're putting in, on, and around our body is what really ultimately matters the most. I like to tell people, you can't exercise your way to hormone balance, right? But if you are doing all these things, which I see a lot of women doing these things, they're doing all the right things when it comes to their lifestyle, but then they're bathing in the chemicals. that Sara was talking about, 168 chemicals per day. So when you're dealing with something like estrogen dominance, right, and you can't really exercise your way to losing that weight. The reason your body is in weight loss resistance is because you're lathering on the chemicals. So that's why I do love, just to kind of connect it back to what Sara was saying, that we do get to serve people on a deeper level in their health. Foundational level is hormone health. So all of our products really come back to this idea of detox, repair, and correct. Right. And it goes from anywhere from nutritionals, things that we're putting in our body that really help our bodies optimize energy and optimize detoxification. Because by the way, if we're not detoxifying excess hormones or toxins from our environment, right, we're just storing them, which is part of the problem. So I love that we have 3 product verticals. We have the nutritional side, we have skincare, and we have home care, right? That's really important too when you're evaluating a business, because what I've found in my year with Hugh and Grace is people will often come in with me for nutritionals because that's what I like to teach about and that's what I like to share about. But then I find that a month or 2 later, they're ordering skincare and they want to try the home care as well. So they find a brand that they trust. They know that all of our products are third-party tested, that they can trust this brand, and then they move forward into the other product verticals. I think that's a really important point to make. So I want to highlight just a few things. First of all, the transparency of the ingredients in our products is one of the biggest things that drew me to Hugh and Grace. So when I was first looking at Hugh and Grace, I thought, well, I'm not going to make this decision until I try the products, right? And until I really vet the ingredients that are in the products. And I feel like right now, especially with all the uproar and direct sales, I really feel like people honestly aren't slowing down to even evaluate the quality of products that are out there. So the first thing you want to do is really make sure you're standing by a brand that has really quality ingredients and also that transparency on the label. I remember when I first joined that I had a person ask a question about citric acid and where citric acid was coming from in one of our products. And I don't know, people don't know this information usually, but citric acid can come from black mold. So the fact that you can simply ask our formulation team and you get the answer that actually our citric acid comes from lemon rind, right? Those types of little details really matter. And so I wanted to align with a company that had this transparency where all the I's were dotted and all the T's were crossed. So that's really important. All of our products have COAs, which is certificate of analysis, very important in this space. And you can feel comfortable knowing that when you put the skincare on your skin, or when you take the nutritionals, when you use the home care, these are all things that are being third-party tested, right, by someone else. And we know that they're non-toxic and endocrine safe. So I want to talk just a little bit because I am a nutritional nerd. The things that people always say, where do I begin? And I'm like, well, you need to begin where you want to begin, right? Like if skincare is big for you and you know that you're currently using, toxic skincare products, then maybe that's where you begin, right? But for a lot of people, when they don't know where to start, I tell them that nutritionals is really where you want to focus, because optimizing your body, again, for natural energy and for detoxification is really what's going to allow your body to handle the outside toxins. So I don't want to go too far down a rabbit hole, but I'm in Indiana, so we're just now seeing the season sort of shift here. It's a little later than usual, but I usually deal with a ragweed allergy. So recently I was like starting to feel a little funky in my throat, right? So I pull up this app on my phone that's like a pollen tracker, and I'm like, oh, it must be ragweed season, right? So I pull it up. Did you know that the #1 allergen that popped up on my PollenWise app is plastic particles? Plastic particles is the #1 allergen in our environment right now, in where I live, which is Noblesville, Indiana, right? So plastic particles in the air. I actually just launched a podcast a couple weeks ago all about how they're finding high levels of plastics, specifically PVC, in male semen. 40 samples of semen, all 40 samples had high levels of plastics. We're also finding that young girls are starting their periods as young as 9 years old, with the average age now being 11 years old. Why? Endocrine disruption, Sephora, Bath and Body Works, right? I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but that's the phenomenon that's going on. So all of these things like really, really freaking matter. And so optimizing our body nutritionally allows for the things that we can't control, right? So when we optimize ourselves nutritionally and you walk outside and you breathe the plastic in the air, or you're in your home that has these endocrine disruptors, optimizing your body is step 1. So I'm going to focus really quickly. I just want to share with you some of my favorite products from Hugh and Grace. I started, a year ago with Hydrate and Detox. It's by far my favorite. It has, I like to call it a twofer. So it's called Hydrate and Detox for a reason, because you're getting the hydration elements and the detoxification elements, right? So for hydration, our body needs electrolytes in order to properly absorb water, right? So you can't just say, I'm going to consume 100 ounces of water a day. Like, that's a great goal, but if your body isn't getting the electrolytes it needs, it's not actually able to utilize that in the right way. So things like magnesium, potassium, and sea salt are added into Hydrate and Detox to really optimize your body. You might have heard of things like LMNT or Liquid IV. Those are really high in salt and sugar, respectively, whereas Hugh Grace Hydrate and Detox is just essentially what you need. It's not super high salt, it's not super high sugar, but still really tasty. So we have the hydration side and the detoxification side. So with the detoxification side, we're supporting gut health. We have pre and probiotics. We also have glutathione. And glutathione is a powerful immune system support. It's also really good with liver detoxification. So when we think about excess estrogens and toxins, glutathione is the powerhouse supplement in that formulation. So you get all of that in one supplement. You simply mix it in your water. You drink it in the morning. First thing is when I like to drink it, at least. You can do it anytime. But that's one of my favorites. We just launched Triple Boost. Obviously had an explosive launch with Triple Boost last month. Triple Boost is our protein delivery system. Hard to beat the label, right? I'm not a calorie counter, but in 100 calories, under 100 calories, you're getting 20 grams of protein. You're also getting 3 grams of carbohydrate, but it's 210% of your daily value of vitamin B12 in methylated form, coming directly from Icelandic blue spirulina. So it's what gives it its blue color, but you're also getting this awesome natural energy in B12 with the 20 grams of protein and branched chain amino acids. If I'm talking too sciencey, I apologize, but this is important because this is what allows your body to recover, right? And our body is constantly in recovery, whether you exercise or not, because of the toxins in our environment. So having a full amino acid profile, like I'm telling you, the details of these ingredients and of these formulations really freaking matter. So, and then last but not least, I want to touch on the fact that all of our supplements are created by amazing formulators, and we actually have a medical advisory board. I'm not going to go through all of their credentials, but this was something that was really important to me, right? Like, I wanted to align with a company that had true experts, true doctors, true endocrinologists, people who are knowledgeable in this field, supporting and behind the products, which I think is a really important piece to the puzzle. So anything I missed that you guys wanted me to touch on, Jamie?
I'm gonna be Amanda for a second. Should we tell them what's coming?
Oh yes, I love that,
I
Amanda.
know some secrets.
Yeah, so this is awesome. So obviously we have the 3 product verticals, which I mentioned, but there's lots coming. We just attended Elevate in Nashville, which is like our annual conference, where they announced for us different things that are coming down the pipeline. So they announced in November, we'll be obviously launching in Canada. We've got the cosmetic thing, which is awesome for people who are, I get this question all the time, like, well, what kind of makeup should I use, right? Like, that's the big thing for women. We've partnered with a company, a mineral makeup company, that will be just an awesome collaboration with Hugh Grace. So we have cosmetic collaboration coming. We have hair care coming with shampoo and conditioner coming in January. We have a cacao that's releasing as well, which is super. I didn't get to try it myself, but I'm super excited to try it when it does come. We've got other things coming in the realm of home care as well, things like dish soap and laundry detergent. So I know people are always asking me for, like, what's your favorite makeup? What's your favorite laundry detergent? Like, the fact that we are expanding so quickly, we have literally a new product launching every month, in my opinion, is really exciting. And like I said before, I know for me, I'm able to watch my customers who might have come in with nutritionals, who then fell in love with skincare. And then now something new is launched, they're the first to be in line to buy it, right? Because this is a brand that they trust and a community that they love.
Okay. And I'm just so excited. And our goal, you guys, isn't to have a giant catalog. Like, we're not looking to be like the next Amway with 1 million products, because honestly, like, more does not translate to better. Like, as we have seen for the last year, having too many options can be a little paralyzing too. And so we want to keep, and it's also confusing and complicated. We know what too complicated does to a network. I'm sorry, but we do. Am I right? So it keeps it simple. It keeps it straightforward. But can we just give, like, some love to Jenny? I know she held herself back. So you did so good, Jenny. You hovered around the rim of that rabbit hole, sciencey stuff, but we love it when she geeks out and gets super nerdy. We have Jenny and Kaylee Calabrese and several holistic practitioners and functional medicine specialists. We have so many amazing experts on our team so that while I love hormone health and Jenny's taught me so much and I went through her sync certification and I'm doing the IIN course, I don't have to be a hormone health specialist. If I have a hormone health specialist, if I have a question, we have a team of experts and we do collaborations and we do stuff cross team like this all the time. And we've got, great, amazing leaders and, it's just so much fun. So I'm going to talk. I'm Jamie Shepherd. And all three of us and we did some research a year ago. We didn't jump into this reactively. We didn't do it because we were, in a state of panic or fear. Like we took a lot of time to investigate and to research and to vet this company. And we had our list of pain points of what this needed, like what was better, what did better look like for us, what did perfect and ideal look like for us. And honestly, this checked all the boxes. And so we wanted to highlight some of those for you. Sara being the icing and the cherry and the whipped cream on top of all of it. But there's some other, the bones of this company are incredible. And so one of them being that we are customer focused. I never once have had to worry as an advocate that my customers weren't going to be treated like VIPs, that they weren't going to be set up to succeed, that they were going to get all the value in the world and also be able to win. I've never had to fight to make it right for a customer. They just make it right, even if they're in the wrong. So one of the coolest features is we have a give 10, get 10 referral program. So all of our customers have their own custom referral link, which is really cool. Every time they share that link, and someone uses it, they're giving $10 off to their friend. They're also getting $10 in product credit. My mom personally was really pumped about this. She's a second grade teacher and she's like, wait, I can get stuff for free if I just share this link with my teacher friends, and say my mom was to one day become an advocate, everyone she's ever referred will naturally then follow her into her new advocate account. So she starts with all of her friends that she's referred as her customer base, which is pretty cool. Our HG Insider program, our Hugh Grace Insider program is pretty neat. It's a subscription program and it offers 10% off of our products to those subscribers. It gives free shipping to our subscribers. It also gives them the chance to every dollar they spend earns product credits that they can use and cash in use as cash. I had a bunch of mine have a bunch of points banked up. And when Triple Boost launched 2 weeks ago, they were able to buy it for free. And actually I was able to order it for them as their advocate through their account using their points, they didn't have to lift a finger, which was really nice. And then we also make sure that they get special first access, first dibs, part of our master classes, and we make them feel, really cared for and that's also part of why we have such an incredible retention rate and incredible reorder rate. So as Sara mentioned, and I'll look in the chat for questions too. So feel free. I want you to ask all the questions. And if I miss anything, I can't see the chat right now, Jace. So if I miss something, just tell me. So like Sara mentioned, we do have those 3 arms. Advocates they can earn the trips, they can earn the bonuses and the passive income. We earn 25 to 40% commission, which is pretty cool. I'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. And it's super fun. We also can, like Sara said, meet people where they're at and enroll affiliates in the retail partners. What I want to say in addition to what she said about that is, I'm in a season of my life where I don't want to be plugged into my phone all the time. I don't want to life cast. I did that and maybe I'll do it again someday, but that's just, I live on a farm. I have a farm, a rescue farm at Homestead in Vermont that takes up a lot of my time. And I'm just in a season where I'm trying to heal my body with Addison's and adrenal disorder and prioritizing peace. That for me doesn't mean that doesn't equate being on my phone all the time. So and also I've had so many people that they also wanted that. They did not want to be plugged in. They wanted to be more present in their lives. And there's no we also have teammates that are amazing influencers and have amazing social presence. We wanted a place where they all could win, where you could build online or offline or hybrid in between. So we've got folks that are kicking butt offline, going belly to belly to retail partners in their community, doing pop-up events, doing home parties, and having the time of their life doing it. I'm an introvert, and I used to think like I would rather die than do a home party, but they make it look so fun, and I would totally do one. And yeah, so let's talk a little bit about our comp plan. We are a unilevel plan, which means that instead of having a weak leg, strong leg, or having to worry about like preferred placement, like everyone's even. It's all even, Steven. Everyone you enroll goes on your level 1. If you enroll 5 people, you have 5 legs. If you enroll 50 people, you have 50 legs. And then they build out from there. We get paid on our first, second, and third levels, an increasing percentage as you move up in rank. And then we also start to unlock what we call generation bonuses. And that is where we can dig into the depths, infinity deep into our downline and earn additionally as leaders develop beyond those 3 levels, including and beyond those 3 levels. The thing I like to mention the most about this kind of comp plan overview is that it is really driven by volume. Our volume is our sales, right? So purchases, sales, and it's dollar for dollar. So $100 spent is 100 personal volume points, is 100 organizational volume points. So it's really nice and simple. But as you move up in the ranks, as you can see, they're kind of listed here. And I can make this a little bigger for a second. Let me do that. So as you move up, the volume will grow, the team volume, the organizational volume will grow, which is significant in that it will never equate, like as you move in a rank, you will never get to a rank that doesn't have that org volume requirement, which means you will never not be earning according to your rank, right? We came from a system where a lot of people could be at a leadership rank and earning $0 or very minimal dollars but it was, a status symbol. And so we're always going to recognize and reward growth in alignment with income, and rank is aligned with income growth. And I think that that's important. As far as like structure requirements, in terms of like the team size you need around you, you want to build, wide and deep as well as you can and balance that out. But truthfully, you really only need are required 4 strong working legs to get to the very top rank in the entire company, which no one has done yet. I always teased Amanda Lorenz, our VP of Ops from day one. I'm like, I'll do it. And we're team instructing forward, but currently our team is sitting at senior director. But like that shows like all the way at the very, very top, you need 4 strong working legs, which illustrates a commitment to quality over quantity, right? And I think that that's important when we look at, and when you're really studying, investigating, vetting comp plans. So when I said 20 to 40% commission, and again, like that retail is what drives this comp plan. You have the opportunity to, we all get 25% from day one, but you can unlock up to 15 extra percent. And a couple of our leaders, that Sara referenced, have unlocked that. They're earning this incredible commission because their personal sales are going up. But even starting at $500 in personal sales, you're also accumulating product credit, which just means you're getting product credit in your account that you can use for your own products every month. You can use it for giveaways and donations. You can use it for to buy gift cards that you give to customers or new advocates as welcome. Or I like to give like my advocates little gift cards here and there as like just celebrations or recognition or prizes. So anyway, that is a really nice component. And of course, as we're looking at this and walking away from really significant incomes that we had sole providers, right, and had built incomes and businesses for years and years, for over a decade, we needed to know that we could build back and beyond to the wealth and the income we had walked away from. But and so that was definitely something we had to ensure. But also more than anything, I wanted to make sure people could win from day one. I would lose sleep at night, honestly, feeling really disingenuous and feeling just awful that I didn't see my team also growing in income like I had, not despite lack of effort, like not for lack of effort, not for lack of skill or being deserving or doing all the things they were supposed to be doing. It just was an unwinnable system, and it was a broken system, and it wasn't a system that rewarded and was top heavy, right? And so I was playing whack-a-mole. There's so much attrition because when people don't earn from the beginning, they leave, they quit, they feel like failures. And so knowing that we're committed to helping people win from day one financially and get in the green financially and not spending more on products than they're earning, that was essential to me. It was essential. And we have this awesome boost program, which is that first 3 months, the month you enroll, and then your first 3 full months. You also earn, on top of your normal earnings, extra cash. And we've seen people really maximize this and pull in thousands of extra a month in their boost period. And you can read that here. We have this easily saved. We can send to you. We can put it in the chat. But you can see, and this is like, if you, example, every 2 new active advocates is $100. So, and you can 10x that. You enroll 10 active advocates, that's $500 extra dollars. And that's throughout it's throughout the course of your boost period. And I think that that has been a really great accelerant for a lot of new people to come in and win and run. You guys, we've had people that never reach past Emerald in 10 years, ever, or Diamond, say they're, and earning that, and have reached our some of our highest leadership ranks here, some of our top sellers that never felt successful because we're recognizing and we're rewarding what their zone of genius. It isn't like there are no points, there's no leap program, there's no success club. Like we're recognizing and rewarding what they are aligned with and their goals and celebrating that. And I think that that's magic. To that vein as well, we have a growth and consistency bonus. So imagine those leaders on your team or those people on your team that are so amazing and they show up and they're solid and they're steady and they're dependable. They're never gonna, they're never gonna falter. But yet somewhere along the way, mine would somehow internalize this feeling and this belief that they were failed, that they weren't good enough because they weren't advancing or they weren't, getting recognized by the company. So this is one of those examples of our innovation. This launched in January of this year as like a way to continually evolve and improve the comp plan. So with this growth and consistency bonus, the senior mentor is kind of our first leadership rank, and all the way up, in addition to what they're already earning, just by staying solid and staying consistent at their rank, there's extra cash bonus. Before the senior mentor rank, if they're staying consistent there, they get extra product credit. You guys, this is everything. I think it's amazing. And it really helps people feel validated and celebrated for doing awesome at what they're already doing. And being able to honor their goals and priorities and not have to keep pushing forward, even if that's not in alignment with what they want. We also launched in January a shared leadership pool, so a quarterly bonus based off of 3% of our company's profits. And then that is split up amongst these leadership ranks as well. We just finished out Q3. We get paid monthly on the 10th tomorrow. I'm so excited to see what that Q3 bonus is tomorrow. So that'll be fun. And yeah, am I missing any questions, Jace?
Nope.
Okay. So
Well,
as we mentioned, we have an incredible team, incredible fun, and I'm going to pass it over to Lindsay. We're going to unmute. I can't see you for some reason, but
Here.
there you are. Hi.
Hi.
Tell them about our, Sarah didn't mention this middle one. Do you want to tell them where we're going in April? And then you can mention our team retreats too.
Sure. We are going to Puerto Rico and you're going to want to go. The contest just started, and the way you earn we will have, we'll get the point system out to you if you are in and want to go to on this trip. But the way you earn here is really unique. So you just looked at a way to get a bonus for holding a rank. You're also going to get points towards this trip for holding a rank. And you'll be able to look at like what that looks like alongside, as you bring on customers, as you recruit to your team. multiple different ways to earn points. And I will tell you, last year we all went to Hawaii, and I think we all want to go back. We had a great time, and many people earned that trip in like month, 2 months. It was really cool. So very different experience here with earning trips. You can get your flight paid for, you go up some tiers. So it starts with a shared room, and then I believe it goes to your own room. And then you get a $300 credit, and then it's your flight gets paid for, and then it moves into bringing a guest and then getting your guest flight paid for. So lot of tiers that you can continue to earn points. We've got a lot of time. The contest ends in February, and we travel April 23rd. Also, Jamie is hosting the first annual Leaders Retreat in New York City. At this point, Jamie, I don't know if you have a different plan for any new enrollers, but we are SMT senior mentors and above are going on this trip. And then all directors are invited to Italy next summer. So very exciting. Here are the bundles that you can enroll with. We've got the $425 bundle that has a good, the possibility set where you can get a lot of the products to try out. We've got a cleaning set here for $145. The wellness set is going to get you Hydrate Detox Collagen, the AM and night supplement. The brand new bundle in the middle here is your triple boost protein with the Hydrate and Detox and the AM supplement. And then we have a really cool bundle over here on the left, the $285 one, which gives you a good amount of the products to try as well. And then over on the right, if let's say you've already been a customer, you've been using the wellness and you want to try skincare, that's actually what I did. I was using the wellness already. So I came in on the 165 skincare set and started using the skincare. And then finally we have the famous routine, which is your Hydrate Detox morning supplement and then your collagen. And right now you can enroll for $1 with the code day1 with any of these bundles. There's going to be no monthly business fees here for you. And to maintain your account, you need 200 PV over a 6-month period. Anything else you want me to cover?
No, I think that was it. Is there any questions from anyone? Anything you want to add, Jenny or Jace or Lindsay?
One of the questions was, how do you earn the April trip? So that is kind of what Lindsay just talked about. We get points for a lot of different things. Like we get a point per dollar with PV. So like however much PV you sell is 1 point. So you could earn it all with just your personal sales if you wanted to. There's like enrollment bonuses, there's rank advancement bonuses. Like if you do a lifetime rank in a month, you get extra bonuses for it. So there's a lot of different ways to get points, and they accumulate really fast.
Yeah.
We have a really neat, I was actually gonna maybe open it really fast. We have a really neat tracker in our back office.
Yeah.
I can zoom in a little, but so here, I'll show you really fast. So
while she's pulling that up, so active status is 100 PV. And that can come from a personal purchase or a customer sale.
So we have like this really lovely digital tracker. You can see anyone's, like any of the points on your team, but it'll show you like where you're at. And like Lindsay said, these are all the tiers. So I love that we can earn airfare and room credit and all the fun things, but you can see there's points for PV, personal sales, enrolling advocates, there's bonus. There's always throwing bonus things out, ongoing customer PV. So not just acquisition PV, but ongoing customers retention. There's all like some continue.
Like if you had somebody on subscription this month and then they ordered next month, you'd get points for them this month and you'd get points for them next month.
Yeah.
That's the customer friendly side of Hugh and Grace that we love so much.
Great question, Britt. Yeah, so so Kelly McVeigh, you'll fall in love with her. She tries to call every single advocate to welcome them. She's a little mad at us this week because she's like, I'm not able to call everyone this week, but she will get to you. And she's just the heart, but she organizes advocate kickoff calls, like orientation calls every month. They do business opportunities every month. Like this is all corporate organized. We do stuff on our team as well, but like we let like our company carry does a lot of the heavy lifting, and then 2 to 3 times a week she organizes Power 30s and has other leaders. You know, Jace has led a bunch. She asked me to do a
I'm
month.
doing the one on the 23rd.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And so yep. And so we we created one as a team. We actually took a business activity tracker. We actually made one. We said, forget any tracker you've ever seen in your entire life. Like forget any behavior we've ever been taught was work. This was like 6 or 7 months ago. What have we actually been doing every single day for these 6 months that's working? What's converting? What's working? And we made a tracker out of that. And that's in our team page pinned at the top. Then our team Google Drive, getting started folder. But we've started fresh here. We left a lot of stuff at the door. And we're like, just because it used to work doesn't mean it's going to work here. Just because it was part of our old culture doesn't mean that's what the part of the culture we want to build here. Not that there's anything bad, but we're like, this is our fresh start. Let's make this fresh and make this work in today's modern landscape, right? And so, yes, we have that, and we're always going to tweak it. So we can always, we're always updating stuff as well. So these are great questions, Brett. So Amanda, so Jace kind of mentioned, so 100 PV to be active, she said, you can buy or sell. And then the 200 PV for every 6 months, we don't have like inactive accounts since we don't have a monthly business fee, which is lovely. We also don't have a bunch of inactive accounts. So every 6 months, rolling, if you don't have 200 PV, so 200 customer, like $200, you can either customer sale orders or your own orders, you'll just be compressed out, which just means you're reclassified as a customer. And then because you're, just basically inactive for that period of time, and you can always re-enroll at any time. It's not like a penalty, and it just kind of keeps the roster clean and updated. And yeah, that's a good question though, but that's what that meant in that slide. Okay. I know we've kept you for a while. I'm going to stop recording. So that you can ask sometimes.